Poland.
If I wanted to take you on a first date, what's the most I should spend on it?
It's never mine. I can go to McDonald's. Like,
I can go for a walk. You can spend
Oh,
$0.
right.
It's about, again, respect, communication, the way how you treat me, and just if you are nice and put actually an effort to invite me somewhere, not me invite you.
So if we had chemistry and I said, hey, let's just hang out and go to the park together, you're fine with that?
Yes, 100%.
But why not a $400 first date at Nobu or Gecko?
because it doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. I don't want to see your money. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see you. If you
Yes.
will talk with me, like with respect, and you're interesting, like about me, myself, like then that's fine. I don't need your money. I am not like that. Like I'm cool with just walking with that person. I'm just sitting somewhere and just talk. I prefer to talk.
So
It's about, I will add, rich heart, no rich wallet.
Don't drink cold water.
Where are you from?
Poland.
If I wanted...
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakach, Wadash, and double honor to the apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone. And as you see, it's going to be a short video. I just wanted to touch on the topic. I had it in my bookmarks. About to start going through my bookmarks and clearing them out. Because when I go on Twitter, when I see videos or something that I particularly want to, touch on, I'll just bookmark it. If I don't make the video then and there, I'll just bookmark it and come back to it at a later time. So as you see, the difference between the American woman and women from these other countries. And I believe they might be they live in America now or visiting, whatever the case may be, but you see how they were raised compared to the American women. And I'm not talking about any particular. Hold on, let me get some water. All right. And I'm not speaking on any particular race of woman. I'm speaking on just in general, right? Because the American culture, and what she said at the end was base it off if they reach your heart, right? Which is really your mind at the end of the day. She said reach their heart and not their not the wallet, right? And that's how they were looking at it, because they realized that getting to know somebody is actually building kind of like a foundation, as it were, because that's when you truly get to know somebody, is when you have conversations. You do these things, and yeah, you can do that over dinner. You can do that, out somewhere. But that goes to show you, the genuine, the mindset of these people in these other countries, right? That's why there's a thing, for the passport bros, is because what they do, they go to these different parts of the world where these women are, being raised as women, right? They don't back talk. They don't cuss you out, call you out your name, and do all this other stuff, belittle you, embarrass you, like as the typical American woman does, right? And they're going to find these women that are already soft, feminine, understands roles, leaderships, understands these things. You see, here in America, you're not taught that, because you deal with feminism, the women liberation movement and all that other stuff. Equal rights and all the other stuff. You deal with that here, right? And these women in other countries, they don't believe in that thing, right? They don't believe in those. They don't believe in that, because they're raised right and they understand these things, right? In America, these women are raised in free for all, and pretty much a free for all. You see. And you best believe, is there going to be some American women that's raised properly, in this place? Absolutely. But as a whole, you're not going to hear that many, American women give an answer like that. You're gonna hear it a lot, but compared to the mass majority, you ain't doing that because they think for you to ready to reach their heart is how much money you can spend on me. You see, what can you do for me while I offer you very little in return? You see, these women expect you to go head over heels for them, and you don't offer that much. You don't know how to be soft. You don't know how to be feminine. You want to overtalk. You want to be this, and you still want the man just to do everything that you want him to do. You see, and these women understand. They understand their role. They understand, a genuine connection. And America and this culture has completely, as a whole, completely lost that. Because they see all these rappers and, these celebrities and all these other stuff push, men do this, men do that. If you're not spending this much money on me, then obviously you don't care. But here it is that somebody can spend, let's say, obviously if you care about somebody, thinking for a man, you gonna get them things, go on dates, whatever the case may be. But you can have a man that's literally buying you damn near everything, but treating you like a piece of shit. And you can have a man that, that's with you for the long term, care about your health and all the other stuff, guide you, protect you, do these things, but you don't go on as many dates or you don't get as many, gifts or whatever the case may be. You see? Because when you give somebody a gift, because how it goes is when you want to give somebody something, it's out of the kindness, of your heart. I think, let's say you've been dealing with a woman and you want her to be yours, whatever the case may be. And you've had discussions and talks about, things that she likes, whatever the case may be. And you might want to give her something that, you might have been walking around the store or something and something remind you of that woman. And you give the gifts out of the kindness of your heart. Now people just expect you just to give gifts, just to buy you stuff, just to have it, just to say you did it with no really meaning. No, how do I say, no actual real intention, behind it, right? And that's what America has completely done, man. It has completely destroyed, the bond, the natural woman is completely destroyed that. And that destroys, man. That destroys when you have that destroys nations. When you have the woman, believe she's on equal footing and don't, see male authority as important, and it's when you destroy the nation, man. You got everybody divided. Just like the scripture says, it says a house divided shall not stand, man. Right? And you see the result of us being divided. Now I'm just speaking about us, the Israelites, us being divided, because it's all types of division amongst the Israelites, because they've been taught, they've been taught. I mean, let's get that actually. They've been taught that these things, are okay. They've been taught that the women liberation and all the other stuff, and then they ate it. Just how Eve was in the garden, right? When the serpent came to her, he was telling her, look at this, you can do this, you can do that. Look at all this other stuff. Look at all this stuff. I just need you to eat. I just need you to do it. I need you to indulge in it. Why would you want a man to rule over you? Look all the money that you can have. Look at a businesswoman you can become. Look at this. Look at the new car you can have. Look at all the other thing. And Eve was like, whoa, whoa, I'm down. And then she ate of it. She ate of it, and then went to go to her husband. Went to Adam. Adam, look at this. And Adam was like, okay, baby. And you see, in that no order, no order. You see, no order. And then see, I ain't even gonna get into that. That's a different topic for a different day. But that goes to show you, man. You see, and that's why this truth is so beautiful, because it's bringing back order. It's bringing everybody that's one. Just like how Yahushua said, him and his father are one. They're on one accord. That's what that meant. They're not the same person. You damn Christians. Damn people who know the Father, Holy Spirit, the Trinity, brother. No, they're not all one, man. Stop that. You see, and that's bringing all of us together as one, man. You know, the ones that's teaching, you know, the correct doctrine, you know, starting from the elder and apostles, you know, of Great Millstone and their elders on down, you know, teaching these things, right? Because these other nations, not the other nations, the other Israelite groups is bugged out, man. Teach all types of things. Let me get this. This is Matthew 12:25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts. It says, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. You see? And that is true. Even when you see it in America. America is divided. In America, the Babylon the Great is a kingdom, right, that's not going to stand. It's going to fall. Because there's huge divisions. There's huge divisions amongst, you know, everybody in here. You have the great melting pot, and everybody's coming together with their own different beliefs, their ideologies, all these different things. Everybody's coming together, and none of it links up with one another. You see, you got one people that believe they're Buddhist, and you got one people believe in Jesus, and you got this. And you got the Republicans, you got the Democrats, you got this. You got people that believe in LGBTQ, the alphabet community, them niggas. And you got people that don't agree with it. You see, all this stuff is going on, and it's pure confusion, because that's what it brings. When everybody's divided amongst each other, it brings confusion, man. And you can't stand. You see, that's what America has taught. That's what America has pushed. All right, but going back, you know, to talking about, you know, that video with the women, that it's beautiful, man. You know, and that's why men, you know, typically in so-called black woman always wants to know why, you know, men, the so-called black men, doesn't want to, you know, be with them, is because it's too much, man. It's too much. You know, it's not all on you, right? It's not all on you. Because Esau played a huge role, but at some point you got to wise up, man. Esau has fed you, and you just ate it up, man, and you continue to eat it up. Right, you have to unlearn things, man. Just because you've been taught something, you know, and you knew something your whole entire life, doesn't mean that it's correct. Right? Doesn't mean it's correct. And that's the beautiful thing about this truth. This knowledge is truth. You know, the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is what? It's bringing order. It's bringing life, you know, back into the earth. Right? It was starting off with the prophets, man. Starting off with the men. Right? And you can see, you know, amongst the sisterhood, you know, you really don't see that much, but you can see the order, you know, when you watch a live stream, or you know, replaying it. You know, they come on the comment board, they give their shalom. You know, if something's funny, they'll put their laughing emojis. But they have order because they understand. Right? They're not on the comment board just speaking and talking so much. Right? They're not posting scriptures. That's going off. You're not supposed to be teaching. Order. And then you see amongst the brotherhood, what do you see? Beautiful, man. Beautiful orders. You got the leaders. You got the leaders of the camp, you know, so on and so forth. And then you got, you know, the underlings. You know, the people that's under the leaders of the camp. And then you got the rankings and all that stuff. It's beautiful. It's order, man. You see, and this is the nation that we come from. Right? We are about order. And America has taught you we're not about order. Just be a nigga. Just do whatever you want to do. That's what America has taught. And that's just not the truth, man. You see? So, let's keep reading on this. I'm going to finish that out. It says, this is verse 26. It says, if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? It says, and if Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of the Most High, then the kingdom of the Most High is come unto you. Or else, how can one enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house? You see? So that's why it's important, man. You know, and it's beautiful, you know, seeing, you know, I will say this, it's beautiful seeing, you know, the sisterhood in order, because it's the, you know, them being transformed, you know, they put away, you know, that old bottle, right? And they understand this is new wine. You know, the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai is new wine, right? And they understood that what you can't put this new wine into that old same vessel, because best believe there's women, sisters in this truth, right? That was probably feminist and that women, they was all in that spirit, man. But now they understand, no, that's not the way to go. I've been drinking too much of that Babylon juice, and that's not the right way, man. And they come under order. And the same thing with the men. Right? We all come from all different types of walks of life, man. Gangsters, thugs, whoremongers, actual whoremongers, selling women, actually doing that, not sleeping with a whole. That's not sleeping with a man sleeping with a whole bunch of women. It's not a whoremonger. You people don't fuck stupid, man. Actual being whoremongers, pimps, and all the other stuff. Some women used to, dance on the pole, sell their body, do these things, but we all have changed, man, because we understand that this is new wine right here, man. Right? We can't put that in the same old vessel. And that's why you see, these people, when you, I know the topic has been, it's steering off a little bit, but just going through the spirit, man. You see how, these other groups, Black Sakari was the main one, right? The Sakari, what would they do? They are very clear that the new wine, they were putting it in the old vessels, man. And you see what happened, man. You see what happened, because what were they trying to merge? The music. They were trying to make music videos, trying to bring the truth music. After the Passover that one year, they was having strippers and all the other stuff completely going off. But that's that old bottle that they're trying to bring into it, and they're trying to justify it. No, man, the Passover is a solemn assembly, man. Strippers and all that other music and all. No, man, you're not supposed to be doing that. There's nothing that you can say to justify that. But they a big part, man, a big part. That music, the music videos, the Hebrew and the Hellcat, and all these worldly things that they doing. You see what happens. They're not about order, man. They're not about order. But that's the beautiful thing, right, about this truth. It brings order, because it's life, right? I'm actually get to this. I was gonna just have my apocrypha right here next to me. Let's just pull it up on Google. All right. So Baruch. That's 4. Let's see if we get this actually in a different translation. It's probably gonna say around the same thing. Let's get in the NLT. Let's see what it says. Nope, doesn't have an NLT. Or maybe it does have an NLT, but it's not saying no results are found. What? Hold on. Let's do it like this then. Just use the app. Let's see here. Baruch. Chapter 4. Verse 1. Right? That is Baruch 4:1. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever." It says, "All they that keep it," see, shall come to life. You see, to come to life. But such as leave it shall die. And you can see our people, going to Ezekiel, the valley of the dry bones. Our people are in a very dead state of mind, man. They're just going along to get along. You see, that's why the word is life, man. The word is life. Okay, because it makes you change. It makes you stop doing certain things. It makes you, conduct yourself, your conversation, which is your manner of life. It makes your conversation completely different, right? You even when you out in the world working or amongst coworkers or whatever you're doing, it makes you understand how to operate. It makes you understand how to move. It makes you completely different, man. You know, even when certain situations happen, you know, okay, you know, you know, deal with it a different type of way. And you know, old you could have, you know, let's say something arises, like in public or something. Sometimes you just, all right, just let it go. You know, with spirits, demons, you know, you know the stuff. But now old you would have wanted to get in a fight, you know, try to do something. You know, sometimes, you know, that situation, you know, is like unavoidable. Somebody hitting on you or whatever the case may be. You gotta, you know, the men of the Lord, you know, weren't weak men. And that's what these people, I will say this too, I'm gonna close out after, that what these people do, you know, they don't understand, right? They don't understand that the prophets were not weak men. They were not no cussing brother. They were none of that, man. They was not doing any of that. The men of the Lord were austere, you know, just like, you know, in the same spirit as Yahushua. Yahushua was an austere man. You see, a loud, you know, spoken austere man, and then Jesus Christ, that man does not look austere, man. You see, and that's what these people think. You think you're not supposed to cuss. You think you're not supposed to get on people. You think you're not supposed to do nothing. You just sit there and just be lovey-dovey, man. No, that is not the case at all. You understand that, man? It was a scripture, you know, one of them, you know, where in Nehemiah, was it 13 when Nehemiah was cursing them, you know, grabbing on them, hitting on them, doing these things. You see, they was doing them things to the people, man. And there was the one I forgot who it was or what situation where the prophet called out the animals, you know, to maul on the people, man. You see. Like I don't know I don't know what Bible you people are reading. I don't know what Bible you people are reading, but it can't be this. You think you're supposed to just sit there and just love everybody? Just turn the other cheek, brother. You see somebody punches you, you just turn around. You see, no, man. You see, I don't know. I don't know what goes on with you Christians. It's mainly you Christians, you other people, you know, that say that you follow the scriptures. I don't know what you in here reading. But that's it. I know I kind of went off, you know, on a little tangent about other things, but you just go through the spirit, man. So that's the difference, you know, between, you know, women of the other nations, you know, that's from the other countries, and compared to the, you know, American woman. The American woman's gonna tell you need to take her here, just for her to turn around and go do it and just go trick off with the next thing while she's still talking, entertaining you. You see, and it's just, America is just a very dying culture, man. It's played out, right? So that's it. So hope the lesson was edifying. Hope you got some out of it. One of you all praises, all honor, and all glory unto